Good morning, everyone. It's Czar here. Hope all is well. It's 2 minutes to 3 a.m. my time here in the New York zone, and of course that means London Open. We're in pre-London right now for another little minute and a half, actually, right about now. And looking forward to an interesting session. Today, of course, is Tuesday, November the 22nd, 2022. We had an interesting day yesterday, very profitable day, nothing but wins, which was... It's not normal. I mean, we've had a very good win streak of late, and I just chalked that up to being super, super choosy on setups, especially yesterday. Yesterday was actually a messy day, and a lot of traders got hurt trying to jump in and out and follow the movements and trying to profit from some messy action, and that can be a problem, right? And so I had a sense going in, and I even signaled this to my Telegram group, that we need to be really careful yesterday. First of all, being Monday, but after some of the stuff that was happening last week, we very often get this kind of grinding, sideways, meandering, random type of action that can be very hurtful to scalpers and day traders if you're not choosy on setups. And I've become more and more picky about my setups. I'm taking fewer trades, but ones with much greater certainty, and so the win rate has been very high. That is not normal, by the way. So if you're just saying, well, how does this guy keep on winning? Well, that's just the way it is right now, or it has been, knock on wood. But I will all of a sudden I'll have three losses in a row, or two or three or four break evens in a row, back to back, and you'll see that, and it'll be all for you to watch in glorious Technicolor on YouTube, and I'll post it on Twitter and so on and so forth. Well, Twitter's more information, but certainly on YouTube and to my group. Referring to my Telegram group, by the way, everything we do is free here. Telegram group is really in trading. If you have a positive attitude and a great vibe, and you love to learn and love to share, then we welcome you in our group. Trading mostly indices, but some people trade forex, and some people trade gold, and some people swing trade. And I'm a big swing trader, by the way. We just haven't rolled out our swing trading content yet on YouTube. We've only been doing this for about 4.5 weeks. It's all been day trading up until now, but I'm actually more of a swing trader and a position trader than I am a day trader. Most of my wealth is actually in swing trading. But I scalp because I can, and I enjoy it, and people love it. So people seem to enjoy it, especially younger traders for whatever reason, and more action. But I will tell you that the success rate in for most traders is not very high in scalping and in day trading. That's just the truth. I'm going to give you the truth because I'm not selling you anything, so I don't care. I just want you to know the truth. And my goal in life, and I say this, my family knows this, my extended family, my friends have known this for many years. My goal in life is to believe as many true things as possible, and to not believe as many false things as possible. And the truth is, most people fail at day trading and scalping. Most people fail at trading, period. And that's just the truth. But with swing trading and position trading, a much higher success rate, but still not that high. Most people will do so much better just by buying an index or a few indexes and kind of just holding them in dollar cost averaging. That's the truth. But here we go. Let's have some fun. Those who find a way, though, and figure out that this is a mental game and not a price action game, really, once you have the basics of price action, can do very well and build tremendous wealth doing short-term and long-term trading. Okay? I don't know why I went on that preamble, but I did, and I think it's an important one to hear. All right, what are we doing here? So first of all, London is open. We're 2 minutes into the first candle area on the 10-minute chart. I'm trading NASDAQ today, which has the higher VIX out of all the indices right now, which means volatility and movement. And of course, as scalpers, we're looking for movement, because trying to trade without movement is like trying to squeeze water from a stone, and then being charged a fee for every squeeze of that stone. Okay, hopefully that makes it real simple to understand. 7.5 minutes left still in this 10-minute candle, this first candle. We have a 10-minute chart on the left-hand side. We have a 1-minute chart on the right-hand side, and that's it. Very, very simple. There are no indicators on my chart except for this EMA. There's a 20 EMA on the 1-minute chart here. If you want to call it an indicator, you may. I just use that to give me a little bit of perspective, but it's completely up to you. I'm not against indicators, by the way, but I do write about them in my FAQ and why I don't use them typically for scalping and day trading. I use several EMAs for swing trading, but we won't get into that today. All right, just watching this together. I typically wait, for those who don't know, I typically wait for this first 10-minute candle to close completely before taking any trades. I will sometimes take a trade in the first 10-minute candle, but in order for me to do that, I would need very specific price action coming into the London Open. So in the pre-London market action, I'm not seeing that today. So it's highly unlikely I'll take a trade in the next 6 minutes and 22 seconds, which is the countdown on this particular candle, if you can see that there. I may also take a trade in the first 10-minute candle if I see something very specific and unique in the 1-minute setup. Again, not seeing that today, so highly unlikely. Sometimes I'll flip over to another screen. It's this one here. I call it the Four Sisters. These are 4 indices: NASDAQ, Dow, S&P, and the DAX German index on the far right-hand side. And the reason I look at those is I'm just resetting them here so they got the same profile. The reason I look at those is to look for synchronicity, congruency, and possible divergence between them, and to seek clues as to what the next move might be based on leadership and laggingship. Laggingship, I don't believe, is a word. I made it up right now. You're welcome to use it, but I think I do deserve royalties on that one. Laggingship, okay? So just having some fun with you this morning. So what happens when you get up at 1:30 in the morning, my time, every day. I do that, by the way, mostly on weekends as well. Sometimes I'll sleep until 3 a.m. on the weekends, but usually not. It's just the way I'm wired. I've done it for many years. My sleep chronotype is known as lark, as opposed to an owl, a night owl. I have family members and friends who are night owls, and they want to go out and party until midnight, 2 o'clock in the morning, whereas I start falling asleep at around 8 p.m. at night. I've done that since I was a kid, so I'm an extreme lark chronotype. All right, let's get back to the 10-minute candle. We have 4 minutes and 35 seconds left, waiting for this to close before making any decisions. This has been a very range-bound Asian session. These colors, by the way, if you're new, these background colors are just session colors. So Asia, London, New York. This was yesterday. Asia, London, and New York. And that's the whole New York session, by the way, from 9:30 a.m. till 4 p.m. See that there? Right there? Boom. There is overlap between Asia and the start of London, of course. And there's overlap between London and the start of New York all the way till 11 a.m., which is right here. So here, where you see all this movement, you have European, London, and German traders very much still trading here, and that's why you see this big range expansion. We see that just about every day. Here too, see this? Massive movement here on the open. Day before, this will be Thursday or Friday of last week. Massive movement here. All right, big swings. That's important to know, to learn how to trade those opens and then stay away from the dead times. Another reason why my win rate has been so high of late is just being careful not to trade, for the most part, not to trade during lunchtime in the New York zone, 12 till 2 New York time, where things generally go sideways or they meander without any meaning, right? Because many traders have just literally gone to lunch, and or this includes the institutions, the endowments, the market makers, the bankers, and foundations, and mutual fund managers, and portfolio managers, and on and on and on. These are all run by humans. And I do some videos on this too, and why it's important to know when to trade during the day. But by 12 p.m., so by 12 noon New York time, Europe is now shut down. This trading is actually stopped for the day, period. Right? So a massive behemoth of a market is no longer even open. And now it's just North American markets, or just, Western world, if you like, open. Nothing wrong with it. I mean, there's a lot of power there. But when they also go for lunch, things go sideways, right? Hopefully you understand that. 2 minutes to go here. I'm actually going to put you on pause and spare you the sideways grind, and then I'll bring you back, okay? Here we go, on pause. Okay, guys, I'm back. You'll see this candle is closing in 15 seconds. Watching this thing to push down now. Getting my own broker platform open here. I'm actually a little bit late getting it open. Normally I have that set up about an hour ago. And I got distracted having conversations on Telegram with my group and sending some tweets out and things of that nature. But here we go. Watching closely now as this candle opens up. Okay, so we see we have this support zone here, and this first 10-minute candle is opened. As many of you know, I typically use the first 10-minute candle as my opening range. What does that mean? It means it looks like this. Since that candle is finished, it's completed, I can draw a marker like this, and you can use whatever you want, of course. This is just what I happen to use. And market open, right? So normally there's no trades within that, at least until it's broken significantly. Once it's broken and moved out, if it comes back in there, I may still take trades in this zone. Hopefully that makes sense, because then all bets are off, or all bets are open. Why don't we say it like that? So the first 10-minute candle is this height here, right? That's the amplitude of the first 10-minute candle. But there is some surrounding noise here, so I will expand my opening range to include that. There's no use ignoring that because it does matter. Right, so this becomes my opening range. And now you'll see that we're basically trading near the middle. It looks like we're going to move our way back up to the middle of that opening candle. There are no trades for me. And you can be sure that many traders, scalpers, day traders, I've got churned up a little bit here, expecting that it was a very strong blue candle dropping down here, expecting it to continue down for the day, at least for now, and taking shorts and then getting creamed as it failed to close below this support zone here, this ZAR zone, as people are calling it affectionately, even though, in my group of course, even though it's just support and resistance, no rocket science. I wish I could claim something special here, but it's not. And if you don't know how to draw ZAR zones or support and resistance zones, I have a whole playlist on my YouTube channel called How to Draw Zones, with many, many, many examples of not just where they are, but how to draw them, how to think about them, and drawing them live with you, real time, on the London and New York Opens, and then also doing some instructional videos as well. So please enjoy those. And by the time you finish that playlist, you'll know exactly how to do it and what to do, how to think about them as well. And that can be a game changer all by itself. Having done that, continue to learn about price action. My YouTube videos will help you a lot in those. But then immediately go to, or even start with, my mental game playlist, my trading psychology playlist, because that is the real game of trading. It's not about price action. Yes, you do need to understand price action. It's like you do need to bring a racket and ball to a tennis match. So once we know that, you can stop talking about the racket and ball. You just need to have that. So you need to have some basic price action understanding. But that's not the secret to trading. You start the game with that. You can't play tennis at any level without a racket and ball. So that's a given. So now stop arguing about whether it's about price action or it's about psychology. Of course you have to have a racket and ball. Got it. But now what? Now it's all between your ears. Every single last piece of it. This is a game of impulse control. It's a game of understanding yourself. It's a game of self-mastery. And that's where the mental game comes in. And that's almost everything. I'm telling you that as somebody who's not selling you anything and just telling you the truth, as somebody who's been in this game now into my 4th decade, as somebody who has coached thousands of high net worth advisors and investors over the years across North America. And just want you to know the truth. All right, just checking in with my group here on Telegram. Just sent them a couple of ideas, and you have access to those as well if you join our group with a positive attitude. Only positive vibes in our group, and if that's you, please go on by, enjoy, and join and enjoy. You can do both. Why don't you join and enjoy at the same time? All right, the second candle, just meandering inside of that range. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pause. You know what? I'm going to actually end the stream. I want to keep pausing this for you. And just so I think we've had a good conversation here about how to approach the open session, what to think about, what to look for, how to draw an opening range. And this might not be your opening range. This is just one way. There are 1,001 ways to day trade and to scalp. It's just the way I do it. And excuse me, and it works for me. And you're welcome to learn this along with me and with us here at Cerulean. Come on by the YouTube channel, click subscribe, and click that notification bell. I hate it when people keep saying that all the time. I hate it. I don't use hate very often, but it gets a little bit annoying. But the reason I say that is because we do actually post between 5 and 10 videos a day. We've been up and running, or I've been up and running now for about 4 or 5 weeks, and there are 190 videos now already on the YouTube channel. So very prolific in terms of teaching and building content. Come and join us, guys. We'll see you a little bit later in the London session, or here in the New York session, pardon me, or here still in the London session. If we have any really good trade setups and we take opportunities, we'll film all those, and they'll be on the YouTube channel as well. Thanks for joining me, guys. We will talk to you soon. Have an amazing day if we don't chat later. Take care.